Hey guys, just wanted to make a video here. I'm going to be recording my trading day today. I wanted to go over this it's not really a new setup. It's a lot of the same stuff that I've been running, except now I'm using this Trade Copier, which has some really cool features. It's going to rotate through all my accounts. And this is just something I kind of wanted to test out. Some fresh evals right here. So it's not on any PAs. It's not on anything that actually matters. But I just wanted to kind of go over it and see how this works in the actual trading environment. So for those of you who are not familiar, this is Q, my trade. This was actually developed by one of our members, and it was specifically designed to work with the Predator. This is how he tested it. He just tested with the Predator itself. So it does work very well if you are copying trades with the Predator. But again, I don't own this indicator or this copier. This is not mine. This is a third-party vendor, so it is a separate product. Again, I don't own it, so I can't give this out for free. But this is just something that I found cool, so I wanted to kind of test it out. So if that's something that kind of calls to you, I'm going to leave the link down below if you wanted to check it out. Otherwise, you don't actually need it. The strategy with the actual setup that I'm running, pretty much the exact same thing from my previous videos. All I'm doing with this new setup, I'm starting a little bit earlier. This is 7 a.m. and I'm letting it run the whole day. And you'll see why I'm doing that as it starts rotating through all these accounts. But I just figured it might give me a little bit more trading chances, and it doesn't so much depend on those morning trades, because a lot of the time I do see some trades work, some trades don't, but overall the signals do tend to be pretty good throughout the day. So again, this is just a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to be running this on this live account, and we'll see how it works. So to start off with, I don't really like this price action today. We might get an entry here. We got our pullback. So if this closes down, we should be getting an entry. Yeah, that's about 7 ticks. So that should give us an entry. But so far, I'm not used to trading the morning. I usually start right at 9:30 a.m. But this is our price action today since around 1:30 a.m. We have been stuck in this kind of range right here. And we haven't really broken out of anything. So here we kind of started breaking out a little bit from here, but I really don't like trading when we're in this sort of range, but it is what it is. I'm going to run it either way, and we'll see how that turns out. And while we're waiting for a trade, I may as well go over how the strategy works. Again, I have other videos that cover this in a lot more detail, but just a quick little recap here. I'm using the Predator X pullback as my entry signal. So those are these blue and orange signals you see here. And all the criteria is for that entry signal. Let's go back. Is basically if we're going long and the price pulls back 7 ticks under the low of the previous bar, and then it actually reverses, ends up going back in our direction, that's a long signal. And the complete opposite for the short. If we're going down and we get a price pullback of 7 ticks above the previous bar's high, and then the bar reverses and closes back down in our direction, that is our short signal. We have a 21 and 50 EMA as a filter. And we also have this zero leg indicator. Those are these bands you see here, but we're really just looking at the middle band. And with this middle band, all we're looking for is a green band that is sloping up. That is our long filter condition. If we have a red middle band that's sloping down, that is our short entry condition. So when all of those align, you're going to see either a blue background for long or orange background for short. And if we get one of those signals within that background, that is a valid trade. And for a target, we're just looking at 50 ticks on the NQ. That is $250 per trade. And our stop loss is set to the high or low of that previous bar. And that's really all we're looking for here. I actually went ahead and removed my realized P&L because now the copier is going to be handling that part for me. Right now, how this is going to work is it's going to take a trade and then it's going to move on to the next account. Then the next signal we get is going to be the next account. The next signal is going to be the next account. And it's going to keep rotating through all of these accounts until each account either hits the profit or the loss threshold. So that's basically how this day is going to go. And again, we're still very early in the day. Price doesn't tend to move as quick, especially when we've been ranging kind of like this. There hasn't been another signal for almost 3 hours. So I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to probably speed all this up. There's no point in making you guys wait here for hours. So I'm going to stop my camera, but I'm going to keep the screen rolling. All right, so here we may get an entry. If this closes down, we should get a signal. And you'll see we're running right now on the Sim 101, but I'm actually copying to these 5 Apex Eval. So 34 all the way to 38. So you'll see 34 is the first one. That one's on deck. That means it's the next one up in the list. So this is going to be the first one to take a trade. So we're just waiting for this candle to close. If it closes down, it should give us a signal. And no such luck, we'll check in if there's a signal a little bit later. All right, so here we got into a trade. You can see we have the 34. This is just the first account that's actually traded. And something obviously went wrong. So it hit the profit target, but for some reason, Apex is canceled the order. So we'll see if the next one is also a problem. That's kind of a bummer. So that should have been a winner. Again, for some reason, Apex is doing Apex things. I haven't traded Apex in a little while here. I'm usually with Lucid, but I had these 5 accounts, so hopefully the next one's not a problem. I really hope not, but if it is, we might have to move towards something else. I'll have to see why exactly that happened. So if this trade or if this bar closes up, it should give us another entry signal, and we should hopefully go to account 35, but I'm not sure. I'm looking at the chat. Some guys had trouble with Rhythmic last night. I don't know if something else is lingering, so this is a little bit concerning here. That one seemed to have worked a little bit better. So it's right before the profit target. Hopefully we get it. So here you can see this is the trade that's in progress. We hit the profit target. You can see we have a profit of 310. And now it moved on to the next account. So account 36. So I have no idea why this first one failed. That's kind of a bummer, but hopefully the rest are okay, it seems, so far anyways. So we'll keep playing it. We'll see how this works. I don't usually trade a lot of copiers. I don't think it was a copier issue. But again, we're going to keep monitoring. Maybe it's just a one-off. Anybody who's traded on prop firms or NinjaTrader knows that issues happen from time to time. So we'll keep at it. So we may get an entry here if it comes back up. But we do have this morning, afternoon safety set up. Uh, Today is CPI, so actually we should see maybe some crazy price action in maybe just a few seconds here. So we'll see if it happens. But just know we won't be taking any trades during this time. So maybe in about 30 seconds or so. I could be wrong, but today is CPI, so usually that kind of makes the prices go crazy, and that's exactly why we have this safety in place. So this won't take a trade unless I do one manually. And there we go. That's the crazy price action. I like to avoid those. They do cause a lot of errors. They look great after the fact, but see all this crazy price action, all these candles within a second. It's not really something you want to be part of. So for that reason, I tend to skip all that. That's not something I typically like trading. So you'll see this message is kind of hard to see. I have this red box on this one, but you'll notice it does go away after a little while. So I may add some ways to remove it directly from the panel. Once version 4 comes out, I am still working on that, and that is there's going to be a lot of upgrades for that one. But yeah, for now, you'll notice that after a few minutes, that sign went away, and now we can start trading again. So the next set of signals we get, we will start trading them. But again, that's CPI. I just like avoiding all that. If you look at the timestamp for all of these, just all those bars printed on the exact same timestamp. Kind of crazy, but that's just the nature of Rankos. So I like to avoid that as much as possible. So here, if this closes down, we should get a signal as well. Our moving averages are lined up now. There we go. And now it's account number 3 or 36 that is taking the trade. And now, if we look at our copier, it moves on to account number 4 or Apex 37. So that's going to be the next account that takes a trade. So far, 3 for 3, except that error at the beginning of the day, which cost us a small, looser, kind of more like break even, but is what it is. I think that was just Apex error, but we'll keep monitoring. So far, everything else is working. It's another one. And this one's kind of the opposite. This one got kind of a bad fill. Only $120. So now we've hit 5 for 5, and now we're back to the first account. That's the on deck. So now everything's going to keep resetting itself until, again, we hit that 400 profit or $715 loss. All right, looks like we got our first loss. That's okay. We got 4 more accounts. All right, so it's almost 9:30 right now. We are at 9:29. So 9:30 is usually when I start trading. That's when I turn it on and I have all my filters, but just for one single account. So we should start seeing a little bit more volume. It should start getting a little bit faster, hopefully, once we hit that 9:30 open. Remember, we need that orange background, so that's not a valid signal, although it would have won. Okay, so now we got that red middle band. So now any signals we get in here to the short side. So if this one closes down, it should be a valid entry. Perfect. So we got our first winner of the day. Hit 590 on that second account. And you can see it turned to a win cap. That means it's not going to take any more trades for that day. So if we keep going, it's just going to skip that one until all of them hit that profit or loss threshold. And there we go. That's our second account of the day. Hit the win cap. So that's two out of 5 so far. We'll see how these next two turn up. And then the first account may be a challenge to get back. And that's kind of always the risk with these negative risk to rewards. Unfortunately, that first trade should have been a winner, so we shouldn't be down that much on it. But that is the reality of trading. Sometimes things happen. Yeah, this is looking like a stop out. That one, I probably should have set some sort of a break even. That's unfortunate. It's very close to our target. And of course, it's going to reverse, but is what it is. I do have something. I think I'm going to be adding something for that stealth stop. So we do have some sort of a hard stop in those scenarios. But for now, just got to live with it. And I just realized my mic was off again. So we just hit the third profit target of the day. So that's 3 out of 5 accounts so far have hit the profit. We haven't quite hit the loss threshold just yet. This one's very, very close. This one, either way, each one of these just needs one more loss and we're done for the day for these. But I'm going to keep playing it, see if maybe we can recover. And we'll see. I'll try and condense this video down to maybe 15-20 minutes if I can. I have almost 3.5 hours worth of footage today. So we'll see how the rest of the day turns out. All right, just getting back, and it looks like we hit our loss cap on the other two accounts. That's okay. Just a little recap. I was away for a little bit, but I think this one right here was for account number 4. So that is what it is. We got their sim obviously keeps going on. I don't think these count for anything. So again, just ignore the sim account. It's actually the Apex accounts that we were trading on. So these are the final results. 3 hit the win cap, 2 hit the loss cap. Yeah, I'm going to keep playing this for the rest of the week, see how it goes, and see if we can spread out that risk and maybe pass a couple of these evals. But I will have another video on the Q My Trade specifically, just to kind of show how to set all that up. I think the creator was working on another update, so I'm just waiting on that, and I'll have you guys updated on that as well. But I'm going to cut the video there. I hope you guys found it useful. As always, take care. Enjoy.